Throw a slack, you fucking moron!
Start spreading the news. It's ScreenShare, baby. And you're a part of it. New York.
If
Welcome
you're
to
going to do a
ScreenShare.
singing bit, you got to be more committed than that.
But here's the thing, I was committed, and then you looked at me like I should be ashamed, I think is the look that I... Well, that's at least what I
didn't know that other people dictated how you should feel about yourself. Welcome
Start
to the new year,
spreading the news.
Look at him
I'm
now.
leaving today, and you're running raving out of New York. How's
Is that Frank Sinatra? Is he out here causing trouble with women in the mafia?
Guys, it's 2026. Welcome to a new year of ScreenShare. We're happy to be back. We took a week off just cuz.
And boy, are my arms tired.
And boy, are my... I was just going to repeat what you said, but then I thought about maybe what you could mean, and I thought maybe I'd clarify that before I jump on your bandwagon here.
Are you asking
So,
me what
like,
that
the
means?
question is, yeah, what did you do with your arms?
I was trying to figure out how to fly. Man-propelled.
Off the roof?
Started on the couch, but yeah. Eventually I'll move up to the roof. Maybe next holiday break, because I don't really have big chunks of time off like this.
Yeah.
So
So you were like, this is a big chunk of time I have off. I got to use this time to learn to
time
fly.
to train. Time to train.
That's fair. That's fair.
And
Honest-
it went on a scale of
Well, it
1
sounds
to
like
1,300. We're probably at 472.
Yeah, so it sounds like it didn't went, actually.
Well, that's a little negative.
Well,
Really
I'm just
shows your
thinking, like,
mindset.
if you
Really
had
shows
learned
your
to
mindset anyway.
If you had learned to fly, I feel like it would have been a bigger deal, and you would have, like, shown us, or...
Well, I'd let you know I wouldn't be doing this shit. I'd be in the fucking circus.
That's true.
You know I've always wanted to be in the circus.
Yeah. Well, I've always told
Traveling
you could
around,
get in. The
having-
moment they see you, they'll have to add you to the bill.
Having promiscuous sexual relations with the freaks of the circus. Bearded men.
I kept making more sounds to try and make the sounds I was
sounded like you
making
liked
before
it.
not sound like I was into it, and then each new sound sounded more like I was into it.
Because I know you're into it.
Because I meant to go,
I know you want to join
but I
the
went,
circus. I know you want to join the
So-
circus. Just hop on the ride, baby. Hop on the carnival. We got the
So
tilt
it's
the world
20
fired up.
It's 2026 now. We made it through 2025. Congrats, everyone. Let's get a round of applause. And,
Oh, wait. Hold on.
yep. Will this show up in the recording?
Hold on.
Think about it. Yeah, so that's just through the Discord, so that's not going to show up.
And
Calder
add it
played
in post.
We'll see.
And
if
now
I
do a
remember.
cutaway gag where you fall on a bunch of orange peels.
Good for a podcast. Good for a mostly audio podcast. How many times am I going to say it's the new year? Everybody fucking knows it's been like a week since it's been the new year. Let's be real. But we're back. This is a little intermediary episode where we're going to look back on 2025 just as a
Kind
year
of like
in
a
general.
clip show. You ever see a clip episode
Nope,
of a
not
TV
a clip.
show?
Not a clip episode.
No, but
at
you
all.
know when it's like a clip episode?
I know when it's a clip episode, but this is not that.
No, but it's kind of like that where it's like, did these guys even fucking try?
It is kind of. It is like that in that
Yeah.
way. It is like that in that way.
On The Office, when it's the one where the insurance investment guy comes in, and it's just Toby going, "Well, we're safe," and then it's all the dangerous things that have happened during the show. It's like, well, we're mostly politically correct, and then it's Michael doing his various ethnic characters.
You've been very office pilled lately.
Gotta have something on.
Gotta have
Better than
something on.
Andrew
He
Tate.
says,
Better than
what
Andrew Tate.
else? What else signifies the year of 2025 other than a Gen Z white man saying, I gotta have something on? You know, so, we're all about the 2025 was the year of second screen viewing.
Brother, do I have something to tell you then? Went to see Marty Supreme today. Might be mentioning it later in this episode. Who knows?
What?
And these 3 old biddies, aka old women, not to be inappropriate, from an elder generation they were.
I feel like you would have been safer not
So
clarifying that
incredibly
meant
old.
women, but
So incredibly old. White hair, dressed in bright colors with frilly things on their
I feel like you're
shirts.
probably I don't know for sure. I'm just guessing here. I feel like you're focusing on the less important parts of the story you're about to tell.
I just need you to know how old these women were.
I got it from the first one.
And let me talk about second screening. We're in Marty Supreme. My blood's pumping through every part of my body. I'm excited. I'm riveted. Timothy Chalamet is showing me things I've never seen. And what does this, I'll say madam, do for the first 5 minutes of the movie? Try to get onto the Cineplex app to figure out how long the movie is on her phone. She's the row in front of me. And you know what these old ladies, if I could call them that, though they didn't have the politeness to grant them that title, did?
What?
Chatted through the whole movie. What's that? Who's that? Oh, he's doing that. Watch
I
the fucking
do
thing.
feel as though theater etiquette is at an all-time low. And whenever I have seen some like online spaces talk about this, and people are always trying to blame it on like a specific demographic or age group specifically. Everyone's always going like, oh, it's all these young people don't know how to behave in a movie, or it's all these old people who don't know. It's all across the board.
Yeah,
I've gone to a few movies this year. Almost every single one had at least like more than one person where I was like, they didn't ruin the experience, but they contributed to worsening the theater experience because they just have no social regard. They have no self or social awareness. It's just very, or they do have the awareness. They just do not care.
I was not impressed with these women, to be honest.
Yeah.
Through the whole movie, I was like, do I say something like turn the phone off, Granny? Do I say something? Yeah. Probably don't add the Granny, but do I go like, hey, turn the phone off? Because she pulled it out like three times.
Yeah.
And guess what? Yeah. It's full brightness. Because she can't see a lick of anything, filled with cataracts, most likely. That's rude.
And text is probably well. Let's reel it back.
Sorry about that one. I rescind that.
Something that I've increasingly experienced is seeing a glow in the periphery of my vision while watching a film at the theater, and then I look over and it's someone on Snapchat.
What's going on?
It's always Snapchat. It's like, I just paid way too much money to see this movie in this dark room. Why don't I bring out the brightest light that's ever been invented so that I can keep up my snap streak?
Well, how are people
Except usually when I see that, they were just fucking scrolling through a bunch of people's Snapchat stories. And it's like, is now the time? And
the interesting thing with her is watching how she navigated the phone and would do literally nothing. She looked into her messages, saw a spam message, took 15 seconds to swipe to the side and delete it, went to the home screen, swiped all the way to one side, paused, swiped all the way back, tapped Chrome, went on a website, the likes I've never seen, where it looked like it was just a sliding bar. I've never seen a website in Chrome where it is only a sliding bar. I don't even know what that could be for. I don't know what the purpose of that site could be. Keep hitting my mic. And then she would just slowly, because you know how old women, sorry to be rude again, have the phone cases where the flap comes over it.
Of course. To be fair, I've had one of those phone cases before and liked it.
Just saying, but it is typical of the demographic.
It is typical of the demographic.
And she would hold it a fifth open. So the light is still coming out of the phone, but it's mostly covered, but it's still beaming out of the sides, just in case she has to go back to the website where it's just a slider. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just getting pissed off.
Have you considered, and I don't know if this is a thing, that maybe the Cineplex app was actually needed, and that was where the slider was, and it was something related to impaired hearing equipment that Cineplex provides to some people?
No, because that's not how they do it at Cineplex.
Okay. See, you've worked there, so I'm just going to...
They have a little cup thing that has the subtitles.
Yeah, I know that, which I've debated getting before just because I like subtitles, and then I was like, probably shouldn't take that from
I've never
people
seen someone use one, though.
I've seen it 3 separate times, and they seem chill.
But, like, even... I feel like it wouldn't be through the Chrome app if you're controlling your hearing aids. Like, that just doesn't seem secure at all. It would be an app, a proprietary app.
Well, that's another big 2025 thing.
Apps?
These companies gotta have your information in some way. You know, they gotta get your cookies. They gotta get your email.
All right. So what this episode is going to be is basically we're going through 4 categories of things from the year that we, not to be rude, but liked.
Yeah, you love to say not to be rude before anything.
So we're going through video games. That'll be our first category. Then we'll go to music. We'll go through some TV shows. We'll go through some movies because this is mainly a movie podcast. And then we have a special little, y tu mama también
Dude,
number
you have to
at
stop
the end. Top
whatever
10
that is, you have to
number
stop.
at the end. You didn't like me speaking Spanish?
Is that what that was? Be real.
You know, it's kind of Spanish that I don't know if I remembered it correctly. So our first category here is games. Now, let me
video in particular. Games of the video.
I guess we could
variety.
play board. I guess you could put board games in here. Do you think anyone was thinking that?
Maybe.
Drop
Board
a
games are
comment
huge,
down
man.
below if you were
Honestly,
thinking
now
when
I'm
I
like,
said
what-
games. If you were thinking board games.
Or if you think that it's reasonable that I consider that board games could be included. Anyway, let's continue.
Jeez. Okay, so I'll kind of go in chronological order for my year in terms of what games I liked. It's sort of like a 4.
Should we do you cover your games, then we go to mine? Or should we go back?
Because I'm not going to know a lick of the things that you're playing. My first game, which was my love coming into the year, actually was my love for most of the year. I've fallen out of her recently, but I think she'll get me back when there's a new update. Balatro.
Yeah.
It's a classic. In a way, it feels like it's always existed, though it is relatively new. The game where you make poker hands and try to make your numbers go higher, and you have little funny jokers. And I love this game more than my life. I have it on my PC. I have it on my phone. I have probably put 500 to 700 hours into it.
Pretty good.
It's very good when you're on the, not to be rude here, but shitter.
Okay.
On the goddamn can.
On the
poop stall. The poop portal. That's interesting.
Poop portal's good. Poop portal's good.
That's interesting.
Or should it be poortle? No, yours was better.
Pooptle? It'd probably be pooptle.
Pooptle, I think.
It's not going to be
maybe.
portal.
No, poo-ertle. Pooptle is bad. I think poop portal is the best. Poo portal might be actually the compromise here. Anyway, continue.
Poortle.
That's what I... Well...
No, you went portal.
Not what I did. I said poortle.
Can we get how about we cut that and then we put it back in and we see?
How about we make it easier for me to edit? Actually.
So Balatro. Have you played Balatro at all?
It sounds like you're accusing me of like, have you even played Balatro at all?
It was nominated
and the
for Game of
answer's,
the Year. And I think it lost
the
to
answer's
Elden Ring,
no.
which can
I
suck me.
The answer's no.
Rude.
I have watched you play it
When I was
forcibly.
streaming? Oh.
No. When I was at your house and you said, what if we watched me play Balatro, and then you just did that.
And you had
happened
fun.
countless times. I've
And
watched
you would ask me
play
questions?
hours of the game. Nope. Well, yeah, trying to understand the game, and then I would understand it a bit better.
Hours of the game is a bit aggressive there, but
no hours. Woke up at 8:30 a.m. Oh, Calder's gonna play it till 11
Are you saying that
a.m.?
you woke up at 8:30 a.m.? When have you woken up at 8:30? Not to be rude, I'm not trying to be a mean guy here. When was the last time you woke up at 8:30 a.m.? Am I gonna have to beat you up?
Lately, I've been waking up actually way before then. So let's
And
cool
doing
your
what?
jets.
What have you done?
Driving Olivia to work.
What about profits? Have you thought about the shareholders recently?
Nope.
Oh, okay. So I played
Actually, the
Balatro
last
a fair
thing I
amount.
ever think of, but
Another thing I played a fair amount when I was streaming earlier in the year was Schedule 1. A drug selling game, kind of scratched an itch that I had thought about for a while in terms of being able to like sell drugs in a goofy game that wasn't like kind of simulator slop and more fun. Because I think they've had some simulator games like this before, but the gas station
it
simulators and stuff like that don't really interest me that much.
yeah, it kind of I want to say it didn't start obviously, but I think it was kind of the first domino to fall in 2025's creation of the friend slop genre, which I don't love the name of.
It's a Repo.
Repo did that. There was a game before Repo as well. Peak was like
Lethal
the
Company
big
was
one.
probably the game before.
Lethal Company. What's the other one? Phasmophobia.
Yeah,
Like
and then,
these kinds of games really started to pop up. I think Peak, pun intended, was kind of the peak of that in 2025. I think it was the biggest for the longest as far as the friend slop genre.
Now they're doing RV there yet, which seems fun. Have you seen this game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems all right.
Well, that's the thing. That's why I guess it's called friend slop, is because it doesn't take much to make a decently fun game that you can kind of play with your friends for a couple hours. Some do it better than others, but like.
But if you're not into horror, I think Schedule 1 was the big one. Like a lot of those other ones rely on.
And the other, I feel like there's three key
in
components to friend slop. One, it's fun. Two, it's cheap, which might be the most important part. Most of these games have got to be like cheap or free. And then kind of for most of them, it's got to be a little goofy.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I think that's why Repo was probably the biggest. People loved Repo.
People loved Repo. I mean, I even went to you guys and was like, we should play Repo. And you guys were like, yeah. And then I think that's just where
Well, we don't really take game recommendations from you. It's mostly me and then Matt and then you is kind of the priority ranking.
Yeah, maybe a big gap between myself and you two.
Oh yeah, it's tiered for sure.
If you or Matt suggest like buying like a $45 game, like we gotta do it. If
yours is over 15 cents, we're kind of
it's kind of like a
double checking. Maybe if you can get this passed through Congress, get 65 signatures, kind of a thing.
Yeah,
we'll take a look at it.
That being said, Matt has bought me a couple games this year.
He is. He's a nice young man.
He's been a nice young man. Anyway, so
do you have something to say about Schedule 1?
Schedule 1, yeah. I feel like it was relatively polished. They updated it frequently at the beginning of its launch. It was cheap. A lot of streamers and TikTokers and the like were playing it, and it felt like playing it, you were part of like the conversation around it while it was going. I feel like it was the same for Peak, but I feel like we were more on the Schedule 1 than we were on the Peak during their like culture entry.
I think there's a chance for Schedule 1 to kind of come back because it hasn't even fully been released yet. And they're adding a fair amount of stuff to it, but we'll see.
I feel like these kinds of games have a lot of potential to like fall away for a little bit and then come back in a big way.
Yeah.
So
my next one I've got is Mega Bonk, which has been my new lover that I've taken. Why is that weird? What's weird about that?
I didn't say a word.
Basically, you run around, your thing kills people, and you go to levels and levels, and it's basically a number go higher game. But I enjoy it. It's kind of a good, I'm doing something, but I want to take a little bit of a break, so I'll do this game.
Yeah.
Which Balatro fills that, so I think Mega Bunk has kind of bumped out Balatro. But, yeah. We also did just, and this isn't on the list, but we did finish a Civ game recently.
That's true.
It didn't go well
Actually,
for me, but I think if we play again, I'll really lock it down. I'm going to be running some crazy strats. I'll probably go as like Mongolia or someone who can just obliterate in terms of the battleground.
Well, so here's the thing. We played, it was you, myself, and Matt, our friend and podcast listener.
We've mentioned
also,
his name a fair amount.
Yeah. Also guest host on the Everything Everywhere All at Once episode if you want to, I guess, listen to him. Sorry. Love that guy. But he did what I kind of predicted he would do, even though he kept denying it, which was kind of pretend to care what was going on with you and me, while also kind of actively trying to...
Yeah, we should probably kill him as soon as we can.
Yeah, distract us from the fact that he just pumps everything into science and got a science victory while we were both being bombarded by other civilizations. So that was fun. That was cool.
Yeah, one thing about Civ is it's not fun to kill someone early, but sometimes they deserve it.
Yeah, so maybe we'll look into that.
Anyway, my last game on this list, and I think we might have a little bit of crossover here.
Sure.
Dispatch. I was wary of this game when it first came out because I don't love the choose your own adventure story things. I've tried the Walking Dead one. Just gets a little boring to me. I don't
You don't like a story. That's not like really what you're
Well, sometimes I do. Because I do watch movies, unlike these 3 old witches that were sitting in front of me.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I don't care about The Walking Dead. I've never really been into zombies that much.
That's
and then they had the Batman one, and I didn't like the sort of gameplay of that one.
Well, the truth is most choose your own adventure games, there's not a whole lot of gameplay.
Yeah. And I think what this one does well is that there's like a very fun element of gameplay in between some of the story. And then also the story is just kind of entertaining and fun.
Mm-hmm.
And scratches a bit of a superhero itch that I've been looking for, where it's like more mature, but it's not the boys where they're just like swearing and cutting each other's dicks off or whatever. So have you played this game? I know you got it for Christmas.
Well, I actually have the coupon right here.
Well, not legal tender, but yeah.
But yes, it is currently in my library on my PlayStation, ready to play. I've just been in kind of a don't want to commit to playing a new game yet mindset, but I'm exiting that. I can feel myself exiting that. And the 2, I'll get more. Well, maybe I'll just cover it now. I wrote 2 games down for my games section that I haven't played because I feel like they're still of note, and that's Dispatch and Expedition 33, both of which I own and are in my library. Expedition 33 I've had in my library for a few months now, but haven't played just because I haven't been ready to jump into a new game and commit to that. But both big years for both of them. I think Dispatch is the one I'm gonna play next. Because I feel like
take that Expedition.
Yeah, I think simply because I'm ready for a new game, but I'm not ready for like a like big, like large scale game like Expedition 33 is.
Right.
Which, are you done your game section?
Yeah, that's it.
Because we can use this as a transition into mine. This year I played a lot of big game. maybe not a lot of, but I spent a lot of time playing like big, high concept, like AAA game. And I know Expedition 33 is technically an indie game, but it's kind of also in that like hyper real story based large scale game category, whereas Dispatch, like I feel like it's just a more lighthearted vibe.
It will chew you up and spit you out.
I'm sure it will, but
it is like watching Happy Gilmore 2. Yeah, chew on that one.
So we'll come back around to Dispatch at the end, but just to start it off, I knew that Ghost of Yotei was coming out this year, and that was kind of my most anticipated game of the year, because Ghost of Tsushima is one of my favorite games of all time, and I had gotten the Platinum Trophy for Ghost of Tsushima on PS4, and I thought, why not replay Ghost of Tsushima in preparation for Ghost of Yotei? So I did so. Platinum did again on the PS5 version, and then played the DLC of that game. And then I think there was like a couple months gap between me finishing that and Ghost of Yotei coming out. So during that time, I kind of just like played some NBA, played some Minecraft, probably some, you know.
Yeah,
just
we did play a fair amount of Minecraft this year.
We did. Shout out Minecraft. But then Ghost of Yotei came out.
The movie came out this year.
Oh my gosh.
Oh shit.
I did think about writing that down, but
I didn't put that on.
it's okay. But then Ghost of Yotei came out, and I played that exclusively and consistently for a few months, and I platinumed that game. Great game. It is kind of. Can you shut the fuck up, dude?
You're praying to Steve.
You're singing and praying through.
You're talking about these ghosts. I don't know. Are you a hunter? Who is this? Are you a buster? Dan Aykroyd? Jim Belushi? Oh my God. Chris Farley. Which one are you? Sorry.
None.
I got
None
angry. Hey. Big guy? I'm sorry I got angry at you.
It's okay.
It's just
I'm sorry I got angry at you.
Sometimes you talk about these ghosts and I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Oh, I guess, yeah, then for people who don't know, these games are about, like, feudal Japan, and in the first game you play Jin Sakai, who was, like, a samurai, and then there's, like, this mass... basically, the Mongolian army is invading the island of Tsushima.
Genghis and his boys?
Not Genghis, but another... I think it's his cousin, Khotun Khan. And fictional, from what I understand. Or at least a spin on a real person. But anyway, so Khotun Khan and his army come and essentially kill every samurai on the island except Jin Sakai, and he kind of becomes the ghost of Tsushima because all the samurai are meant to be dead, but he's the rogue samurai going around liberating his people, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so then Ghost of Yotei is like hundreds of years in the future, so completely unrelated to that story, and it follows the character of Atsu, and it's essentially a revenge story. Very, very Kill Bill in that regard, where she has a bunch of names on a list, and she is going to seek revenge for a reason, without giving spoilers away. And this is a situation where I genuinely don't know which of the two games I like better. And I've come to peace with the fact that I don't have to think one is better than the other, and I can just say they're both really good. So
there you go.
That was, I think, the big new game of the year for me was Ghost of Yotei. Once I finished that, Stardew Valley became a free PlayStation Plus game, so Olivia and I have been playing a lot of Stardew Valley split screen, which, having it on split screen on the TV and we can hang out on the couch, it made us way more, like, interested in playing it. We've tried Stardew Valley saves, like, online on our PCs before, and, like, we usually play for, like, an hour and a half, and then we're like, I'm kind of tired of this, let's do something else. But, like, On the couch on split screen, we could play for like 4 hours. I think there was like a snow day where we were both home all day and we literally played Stardew Valley for maybe like 7 or 8 hours.
And who's your bias?
So I kind of flipped around because I found out that you can have multiple partners in the game. So it really doesn't matter. You can't have multiple spouses, only multiple partners. So
Yeah,
I was going
freaky
after
stuff, I bet.
Sure. I was going after Emily mostly because she's the
Going after?
first. Yeah, I was pursuing, I guess, would be the.
Pursuing?
I don't know, man. You asked who my bias was.
Yeah, in terms of like, who do you like?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite?
I like Linus. I like Willie.
And this guy goes, I'm stalking these women.
Well, so I got in a relationship with Emily because she's the soonest person on the calendar who has a birthday with an item she loves that is reasonably attainable in the early game.
Magnetite.
No.
Oh.
Amethyst, but good try.
Ah, close.
So I got her all the
favorites.
way to the point where all I had to do was propose to her,
favorite.
and then someone who I'd just been talking to, Leah, we were just good buds, and then all of a sudden she's saying like she's saying she wants to move into my cabin, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I had my eyes in the wrong place, so that's where I went. Anyway, but Stardew Valley, big year for Stardew Valley in our household. And then I kind of I got an itch to go back to Cyberpunk 2077, which is a game that I
Is it good?
played for the first time and beat last year. Last year being 2024. Great game. Holy shit.
I thought it was bad.
It
Was it
released
bad?
bad. It was bad when it released because it was buggy. It didn't look great. There wasn't a lot of like content, but like genuinely, because I kind of got it because it was on sale, and then just had it in my library. And then in 2024, just randomly one day, I just like was like, what if I just installed Cyberpunk and gave it a shot, and then just like blasted through that game. That was good.
Blast.
But genuinely, probably if I were to say like not necessarily favorite games, but best games I've ever played, it's probably in the top 5.
Wow.
Yeah, great game.
okay.
I think easily the best player controlled protagonist in like an RPG open world game. I should say RPG specifically, because you know how there's
What
a
does
lot of
that
the
mean?
time, like in a Fallout, in like a Skyrim, or like in these games where you create the character, but they are also a character in the story.
Mm-hmm.
Cyberpunk is like far and away the best I've ever played in that regard. The main character of V is like the most real alive character I've ever controlled.
V-Dog.
That was also a custom character. Like it felt like my custom character belonged there and was a part of it, which was great. Anyway,
What'd
so
your
I've still
character
kind of
look
been
like? How long
playing
you
that
spent
again.
on the character creation?
I made about
hours?
5 characters before I settled on one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what that's your MO, which is, hey, you're going to be who you're going to be.
Yeah.
And I'm not here to stop you.
And the story's
my
great. The characters
Sebastian
are great.
Maniscalco.
In that you've got a Keanu Reeves is like a way bigger part of the game than I thought that he was going to be.
Spoilers, but
Well, he's in like the trailers and stuff. I just thought that he'd be a shitty little
I was just
cameo.
joking. I was just joking. Oh my.
Anyway,
Sorry.
incredible game. Highly recommend it. It is like obviously a like big high scale.
So I felt about
time
Young
commitment
Gravy
game,
and
but-
Dispatch.
Okay. Well, do you want to touch more on that or?
Young Gravy is in Dispatch.
Okay. So Cyberpunk I've been playing a bit more. Civ 5 you already talked about. Expedition 33 and Dispatch. Oh yeah, I forget what else I wanted to say about this, but like I loved the Walking Dead Telltale game. Also like I haven't played it full through, but Detroit Become Human is like another decision based kind of choose
Heavy
your own adventure
Rain?
game. Heavy Rain.
What's that video where he just keeps yelling the same
Jason! Jason!
thing? That's kind of sick.
Anyway, so I'm excited to play Dispatch. Maybe once I've played it, I'll talk about it at the beginning of a pod or something. But
Yeah, let's get on that, please.
unless I've forgotten something. Oh, I'll just touch on this briefly. Big year for me playing on my PlayStation Portal, which is the kind of like would you say it's streaming? I guess so.
I guess I don't even know. You've told
I'm
me about
able
this
to
thing.
play
I
my
call it the
PS5
PlayStation Portable, and I don't know what it does.
It's essentially a Steam Deck, but a little different. Essentially, if my PlayStation Portal has an internet connection, regardless of where I am, it can connect to my PlayStation 5, turn it on, and I can play games on my PlayStation 5 wherever I am. And I've been whipping that out like crazy this year, whether it be from my bed, whether it be on the couch just while Olivia's watching something on the TV, or whether it be in another country.
What other country did you go to this year?
I went to the United States briefly.
Whoa!
But before it was before I didn't want to. Although even during it I was like, "Oh, I don't want to
present
be
the
here."
whole time.
Yeah, but it was in just to
Oh, it was
give-
playing before, obviously.
Yeah, it was planned
Stupid
before,
Calder,
certainly.
Stupid idiot.
but
Calder,
also
stupid.
it was in like I think February. So it was still kind of like things aren't bad yet. We're just worried. And then we got back and almost immediately it was bad.
He
Anyway,
said he wanted to kill me by then.
so the PlayStation Portal's been great. Aside from that, I don't know if there's any other video game things for me to say. So you want to go to the next cat?
That's all good. Next category is going to be music here. And let's really
All
pick
right.
up the pace here because this one is
I agree.
inessential. This one is not important at all. This is probably the least important thing on this list.
Okay.
So, Olivia Dean, we know she's released an album. I was into it. It seemed like a lot of young men were. Maybe that's weird thing to say. Oh, well.
Yep.
Along with her, some other things, some other, like girls who put out music. Sabrina Carpenter. Liked a couple of her songs. Next, we have Dijon. You know him?
Hmm.
Yeah, pretty good. I listened to his new album. It's kind of good.
This is the most incredible like minute of a podcast I've ever listened to.
Well, we're keeping it quick.
Are you?
If I see, here's the issue: is you go, wow, you're
me
taking
interrupting
so.
is not the issue.
Well, let's get a vote. We need live polling. Is there a way for you to set that up?
No, there's no way to set
Okay.
that up.
Tyler, the Creator, double album this year. 2 different ones. Want to see his concert. A lot of things happened with me and Tyler this year. He's in Marty Supreme. A lot of things happened with Tyler and I. I was very into Chromacopia until... What's the other album called? Don't Touch the Glass. Until that one came out. Then I was very into that one. So it makes you think. And that's about it for my music.
All right. I'm also going to breeze through this because I also just feel like I have less to talk about in regards to music.
It was kind of a bad music year, TBH.
It was a bit of a down
What am I going
year.
to say? Alex Warren. Woo!
Especially
Ordinary.
after such a huge music year in 2024.
Give me another bit a day.
So I'm just going to breeze through this. I still don't know how to say the name, which is embarrassing. MK.G. McG.
Wait, he was recently on SNL.
Oh,
Let's see if
I
can
didn't know
get
that.
up.
But discovered him through a music video and thought it was really good. Figured I'd listen to the album and then listened to that album the most this year.
Fucking piece of shit, Money Mart motherfucker advertising. Sorry.
Okay. So loved his music. I think I'm gonna go back and like listen to some of his older stuff. Although I feel like usually when I do that with artists, I'm a little disappointed and it bums me out. But it's worth a shot. Also want to
Can I
mention?
Oh,
Yep.
and
Okay. Sure. Yeah. I guess it's your turn again. Yep.
Just touching on your note there. Bill Burr introduced him on Saturday Night Live. Heard of it before?
Yep.
And he goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, Mickey."
McGee. Okay, good to know.
Why Bill Burr? What's going on?
I'm also
going to
mention Joey Valance and Bray. They released a new album this year, Hyper Youth, and it's a banger. If I get a little zooted and am alone in my kitchen, I'm moving.
They're making a lot of noises in that one.
Yes, there's a lot of noises. And my favorite feature on that album, Rebecca Black, absolutely destroys her chorus on that song. Next, I have to mention K-Pop Demon Hunters soundtrack. All 5 of my top 5 listened to songs were from K-Pop Demon Hunters. I really liked that album. Chance the Rapper came out with an album this year, and it was the first time in many years that I went, I'm a Chance the Rapper fan, because for a while I wasn't, because his music was bad.
You didn't respect Big Day enough.
I respected it more than enough. I listened to it
Hot shower.
one time full through, and that's more than it deserves.
Hot damn hot water, hot shower. Hot Atlanta smoking. I can do the whole thing. Cauliflower.
His new album Starline is very good.
I'm gonna call him in an hour.
Not as good as Acid Rapper Coloring Book, but that's okay. That's a high bar. I also want to mention Girls B, which is a girl group from, I believe, the 70s.
Huh? Bee Gees?
Girls B. Sorry, from the 90s. Specifically an album called The French Operation. It was an album from 1997.
How do you spell this?
How do I spell what?
The B Girls?
Girls space B-E is how you spell it. When I first found a song through TikTok that I liked the sound of, and I looked up the album, and it wasn't available on any streaming services anywhere. The only place I found it was a re-upload of the album on a SoundCloud. So that's where I started listening to it, and then halfway through this year, I believe, the album became available on Spotify. Started listening there, and it's a very much like a girly pop, kind of just like fun pop album, and I really like it. Last, I just feel like I should mention, I went to a few concerts this year. I went to Remy Wolf again for the second time, but I also saw Geese, which Olivia swears to me is going to be the next big thing in rock music. And the concert was great.
It's not like rock music is big.
Yeah.
It's like saying I'm going to be the biggest thing in my living room.
Because your living room's so big. Anyway, so I just wanted to mention that concert was great, and I want there to be recorded proof that Olivia said that Geese is going to be huge. Because she got Chapel Roan right. So, and a few others.
Have you ever heard of posting an excerpt? What they call posting on X?
That's bad.
The AI pornography website?
All right, what's next? Shows?
Yes, the shows are next, and let me tell you, it has been a year for the television and the small screen this year. It has been. What a year it has been for me and mine. And mine all over the place. You've been hearing me give you updates every once in a while regarding the legal status and status of the family. But I will say this has been quite the year for Sister Wives for me.
Of course.
Hillary has been on the train. We got the add-on for Discovery on Amazon Prime. And so we've been watching Sister Wives. She mercifully has not been making me watch the ones where it's 6 people who are 800 pounds and they make them fight for things. I don't like, those shows where it's
you've mentioned that before.
We've got 7 of the biggest sisters that have ever existed.
Yeah.
And now we're just going to see how sad their lives are. And we're not going to help them at all. We are just going to film them and you're going to watch it.
I thought you meant
pig.
one of the shows where Hillary would just come into the room and be like, Thailand did 70 kilograms.
No,
and
in those ones,
"What?"
they're in very good shape. That's the 100 series. I hate the reality shows where it's like 600-pound sisters.
Yeah.
And you're just watching people's lives
be sad.
go towards their end. Same with the 90-Day Fiancés and stuff like that. Even a lot of the dating shows just creep me out. Sister Wives, hard to be on their side, I'll say.
I
Whereas the
do
other
think that's a
people, I
common
feel
thing for a lot of
empathy
these
for.
shows.
But a lot of the other people I feel empathy for. Like if you're 600 pounds, there's a point where it's not quite your fault. Like there's something
Sure.
else going on there.
Yeah.
If you can't find love, so you have to get a fiance in 90 days. Yeah. The dating ones creep me out because all the people that go on dating shows are creepy. But
Yeah,
Sister
that's
Wives,
true.
it's kind of like this gray area where I can disconnect from it and I don't have to feel bad for them because obviously they're like fine. Aside
And
from
you're
the
also
kids.
watching you're watching from the beginning, and those seasons happened years ago, so you like don't really have to like. There's something about
Yeah.
watching a reality show that took place a while ago where you're like, I at least know that probably everything is fine.
I would know if he like murder-suicided his whole family.
Yeah.
And he's such kind of a, not quite a piece of shit, but a guy that I don't care for. That when something bad happens to the family, I'm kind of like, all right, this is exciting.
Yeah.
But it has been a big year for Sister Wives for me and my own. The next thing on the bracket here is I Love LA. Mentioned it a little bit. Really just fine. I think Odessa, who's on the show, who I forget what her name is in the show, but you've seen her. She's got the very curly hair. You know her?
Perhaps.
Odessa. That's the actress's name.
Do you want me to
I think
Google it
she's
on
quite
my
good. She's
phone?
also in Martin Supreme, the movie of Timothy Chalamet, which we will be discussing later on. Not that you have any firsthand experience with it, but I will describe the plot intricately in detail to you while you beg me to stop. My favorite show of the year, though I have not watched very many of them, is The Chair Company.
I knew
It is
that.
exactly what I want out of a TV show in terms of plotting, in terms of how it makes me feel, and in terms of how ridiculous it is. I love the show, and I will watch it again and again.
I should
And
watch
then my
it.
last TV show is The Office, because I am on season 8. Michael has left. It was emotional, to be honest. They did the finale quite well. Well, not the
His finale.
His finale. Then we get D'Angelo Vickers. But the first 5 seasons of The Office are really quite magical.
Yeah.
And now Andy's the leader, and I don't remember the episodes very well, and they're not all that funny. And then I'm really starting to dislike Jim,
Yep.
and we're at that zone. So maybe I'll switch to Parks and Rec, or maybe 30 Rock, or something else. Maybe Nirvana, the band, the show. I could crank through that quickly. Ever seen that?
Here's the thing about no, I have not seen that. Here's the thing about The Office is it's so good. It's good enough that it got to the point where it became overrated, and I still do think in many ways it is overrated, but I think because it's overrated, I also think it's underrated because like since it's crossed the threshold of overrated, like people just see it as overrated instead of seeing it for being like so good. Some people talk about it like it was genuinely like a miracle of God that it was created. But it's one of the best shows is the truth.
Yeah. It's one of the most consistent, for like a stretch there, it's one of the most consistently entertaining sitcoms I've watched.
Yeah.
probably season 2 to season 5, cooking with gas like the entire time. And then
And even
outside
the
of that,
worst
like any
seasons are
sitcom.
good.
Yeah. Like I'm not enjoying the show. It's kind of a Modern Family thing, though Modern Family is a little less funny. Like out loud, I'm chuckling. But it's like I can watch 11 seasons of Modern Family and I'm not going to be like, oh, this is horse.
Yeah.
Like I will have a decent time because the characters are so fun. Anyway,
that's the truth. Is great characters carry the shows. And
I
we're
would
gonna get into
recommend
that.
Nirvana the band, the show to you though. I think that is right in your queue zone.
Okay.
If you've never seen it, have you even heard of it?
No.
Set in Toronto, mockumentary. 2 guys. One of the guys, the guy that directed Blackberry. I'm a vampire. I grew up with the vampires in Waterloo. You know, you ever seen that part?
No.
Oh, okay. You're just throwing me off. It's like you're like Shohei Ohtani throwing me so many different balls at me. I don't even know where they are or what's happening with them.
Yeah.
And I'm swinging all around and I don't even know where I am anymore. I'm spinning myself into the ground.
Who are
like a
you
little
in this analogy? If I'm Shohei
I'm
Ohtani.
me. I'm me still.
Oh, okay.
I did watch a fair amount of baseball this year too. Kind of the year
I didn't watch
of
as
the
much as I would
bee.
have liked, but I did watch more than I usually have.
Anyway, what's up with you? How have you been?
I've not been bad. That's all of your shows?
Yeah.
All right, I'll
I don't
try and
watch a lot
breeze
of
through
TV.
mine.
I was thinking of trying to watch Pluribus, but then I don't know.
I've heard it's good.
Yeah. Anytime people say a show's good, though, I'm kind of like, fuck you.
A show is so much harder to commit to than a movie for me.
Yeah.
And even a movie, it's like it's going to take a lot for me to.
And I
just do
also
it.
don't like shows generally.
Most of them for me, yeah.
Yeah, like Andor came out this year, the second
Well,
season.
hey, whoa, dude! What are
no,
you just
but I'm saying
hijacking
it's
my
like
shit? Or?
I heard it was good, but there was no part of me that was like I need to watch it now.
Sure, I do think you'd find it boring.
I don't find anything boring because life is an exciting trip.
Okay. That put me off. I don't know what that was. It really, it just knocked me off kilter a little bit.
Whoa! Get back on! Get back on!
Whoa!
Oh, he's on a ball right now, like a big elephant on a tiny little ball at the circus. I'm really into the circus right now for some reason.
Yeah, well,
maybe I should
it makes
join
sense. You got circus eyes. That's a reference that I don't think you get, which is why it was so great.
Reference to what?
Say Sugar Pine 7.
I don't remember much of that. That probably would have been one of my top shows in 2017, 18.
Yeah, probably 2017.
Yeah. But
Same
then
for
look
me.
at them now, all dead. They all passed away.
In a way.
It's tragic. In a way.
So Bob's Burgers. It's just been another
yum,
big year
yum.
for Bob's Burgers. I watched Bob's Burgers for the first time. I want to say early 2024, maybe late 2023, and blasted through maybe 8 seasons of the show very quickly. So incredible. Genuinely probably the best, like, of the adult cartoon genre.
What about
easily
like
the best.
Family Guy? You ever heard of
Yeah,
that
so
one?
better than Family Guy, certainly.
Well,
like,
but
it's
in
so
Family
fucking-
Guy, Peter, and he's like, and Peter's
And
all
when
like,
Brian...
yeah, and Brian's like, I'm a talking dog, and Stewie's like, ew.
That was good.
Kinda
See,
had
but
it
you
there.
just gave me everything I need from
That's true.
from Family Guy. Now give me everything I'd need from Bob's Burgers. Try.
Hey, that's Bob.
Yeah, so not even
Judy!
That was a little closer.
And then what does the son sound like? Like,
Yeah, so I'm loving
I'm
this.
close. I'm pretty good.
So Bob's Burgers is just so good. It very quickly went from a show I'd never seen in my life to my comfort show. And that's like my go-to
That's
show
crazy.
anytime I just need something on.
I watched a show and it went from a show I've never seen in my life to a show that I've seen. It's crazy.
but it went from a show I'd never
No, I
seen
know.
to like
I know what you mean.
a special place. Anyway, love Bob's Burgers. And actually,
I'd
for
never
the
seen it
first
before.
time in watching the show a night or two ago, I watched a new episode of the show and I cried while watching the show, which is it was the first
How'd
time
you watch
that's
a new
ever happened.
episode? Are there still episodes?
Well, I'm
coming
not
out?
all the way through the show. There's like
Oh.
17 seasons. I'm currently
What the hell?
almost done season 13.
I didn't realize there were that many.
Yeah, man.
It's
such
still
a good
is it
show.
still going?
Yeah, it's still going, and there's a movie.
Oh, I thought they kind of finished it and then did the movies.
No,
Oh.
nope. But great show. Love that show.
17
Recommend it to
seasons.
literally anybody. Now, I briefly want to talk about Survivor. I'll try to get through this quick. There were 2 seasons of Survivor that aired this year. One of them was very bad for most of the time, and then got good near the end. Another season
Is that
was
49?
48.
48.
And then 49, which I just finished recently, even though it finished airing like a month or so ago, also started mid, but then was like pretty good for like the last half of the season, but not like amazing. Survivor's in a weird place right now. Season 40 was Winners at War, where it was their first all winners season, and then starting with 41, Jeff did this whole we're in the new era. He kept
Mr.
saying things
Beastburger.
like drop the 4, keep the 1, basically implying that season 41 is season 1 of new era Survivor, which is a bit what the fuck are you talking about? And they also changed a lot of things about the game. It went from a 39-day game to a 26-day game, but also they get less food. Also, they've changed some rules to like make conditions harder or make them have to win their votes or like play games to keep their like anyway, a bunch of things changed. New Era Survivor has had some hits and some great moments and some great castings, great characters. However, generally the new era has been a bit of a flop in regards to people's view on the show. So season 50 is coming up. Everyone's like, this has got to be a big celebration of Survivor. They also, from season 41 to 49, they have no returning player seasons ever, which usually they used to do it like every 3 to 5 seasons was a returning season. So we get none of that for a while. People are like, season 50 should be a returner season. It should be a celebration of the show. It should be like this big, great season that like celebrates a lot of the players, cast returners from like season 1, like spanning all across all seasons, try and like really make it this big thing. And Jeff reluctantly does so, and then they reveal that like fans can vote on elements of the game. People are like, whoa, this is crazy.
Mr. Beastburger.
Well, we're gonna get to that. Then the things that fans, they even say they're calling the season In the Hands of the Fans is like the moniker for the season. It's season 50 in the hands of the fans, implying that the fans have a lot of say in the season. They reveal that fans will not vote on who will be cast, which they did for Survivor Second Chance, which was a previous season, but have never done since. People were hoping for that. They said not doing that, and everyone's like, fine, we trust that you'll cast the right people. They reveal the cast. It's a pretty good cast. There's a lot of...
How do you know?
What?
How do you know? The show
How do I
hasn't
know what?
happened yet.
How do I
Aren't
know
they
what?
all like people you don't know?
No, they're all... This is a returner season. It's season 50.
Oh, it's
a
all
returner
people
season.
coming back. Oh,
Yes.
okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Must
Sorry,
missed
I should
that.
have clarified that. Essentially, there's a lot of players coming back that people are very excited about. Then there's a lot of critiques of the season. There's some like key people who everyone was like, this person is a must-have on the season, and they're not on. And people are like, maybe they just
Boston
said they don't
Rob.
want to be on it. And then those people start coming out and being like, no, I was in talks to be on it, and I wanted to be on it, and then they cut me and said no. So everyone's like, what's going on?
Parvati.
The cast is like 50% new era players, almost to make it like old Survivor versus new Survivor.
The Rip Jr.
But
guy.
like new era Survivor's 9 seasons. Old era Survivor is what, 40 seasons? So it's kind of like that's not super balanced, but it's like whatever. If they're doing a new era versus old era thing, that's cool. But here's the thing, they're not doing that because it's starting with 3 tribes and they're all jumbled together and it's not even balanced. So everyone's like, okay, what? That's confusing. Then the things that fans are voting on come out. Turns out it's things like tribe colors. Whether we should give them more rice or less rice. And everyone's like, oh, and the poll is phrased like there was one on advantages, because there's a lot of people who have said there should be less advantages in the game, but then some people are like, the advantages make them fun. And Jeff has been very vocal that he's like, the advantages are good. We need more. On the website voting page, it's phrased like, do you want less advantages so that players don't have as much control? Some advantages so that the game's still a little interesting, or more advantages so that the players in the game have more agency over whether they blah, 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 and just like gasses up clearly the one that production wants everyone to choose. That was the true with every single poll. Anyway, I'm rambling about this because I'm passionate about it. The point is, ultimately everyone's like, you know what? It's kind of fucky, but like, it's a pretty good cast. It's a returning season. Everyone's very excited. The trailer comes out for the next season. The first half of the trailer, incredible. You're seeing all these favorites popping on screen, having great one-liners. Everyone's excited. And then all of a sudden, Rick Devens randomly says, Billie Eilish Boomerang Idol.
Can I ask a question here?
Yeah, yep.
Does this circle back to the seasons of Survivor that you have watched in the last year?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay. Well, it's more that
we're
this
just 5 minutes into season 50, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
I'm going to wrap this up quick. This is too much Survivor talk.
Okay.
But essentially, in the middle of the trailer, Rick Devens says, Billie Eilish Boomerang Idol. Everyone watching goes, what? Christian Hubicki, my favorite Survivor player of all time, goes, it's crazy that Jimmy Fallon will decide my fate in this game. Everyone goes, what the fuck does that mean? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just looking at my mic, make sure I'm looking in the right place.
All
Keep going. It's Survivor Corner, so.
And then the to top it all off, we see a wooden briefcase with a little blue tiger on it. What the fuck is it called?
The Beast.
Pans up. There's Mr. Beast, and he says, I have a briefcase. Mr. Beast is on the islands of Fiji on Survivor. And everyone goes, what is this? This is a celebration of the whole season, all the seasons of Survivor. It's season 50. It's allegedly called In the Hands of the Fans. Who said we got to get Mr. Beast in there?
Are you sure
and the
it's
truth
not
is,
set in Riyadh?
Well, I wouldn't put it past them. They could always throw up green screens. So it's kind of just a situation of Survivor seems to not really understand what is good about Survivor or what people want from Survivor. Obviously still going to watch the season, but just a little concerned.
I've heard Australia is good.
Well, that's the thing. People have started to say Survivor Australia is like kind of better than Survivor, because Survivor is getting weird with it. Anyway, the way this loops back is I watched the season 50 trailer in 2025, so that counts. But as far as season 48 and 49, it is kind of two stinker, they're not horrible, but like two relative stinker seasons, which is, I think, also why there's such a big reaction to the season 50 stuff, because it's like, come on.
That makes sense.
We need a win here, and it just feels like, anyway.
It's a little, seems similar to the Marvel thing.
Yeah.
Where you're watching and you get a bunch of stinkers, and then you're like, we need a good one here. And then it's Fantastic Four first steps, and you're like, fuck me.
And people are like, no, but it's pretty good. And it's like, yeah, but like, where are we going here, guys? Anyway, enough Survivor. Sorry, I truly did not mean to ramble about that.
I was just trying to figure out what the hell was going on.
Yeah, sorry. Other shows, Smiling Friends, made by Zach Hadel and Michael Cusack. Just a little Adult Swim show. Episodes are like 10 to 15 minutes long, and it's very funny. I love it. I've tried to show you. What? Johnson?
Is it John's son?
Who?
Cusack?
Michael Cusack?
Is
Oh,
it John's
no, I don't
son?
think so. Not as far as I know.
Good
That
to
was
know,
crazy.
I guess. My God.
And then you mentioned it already, Andor, probably best show I watched this year. I wish I want both am glad that it's a Star Wars show, so that Star Wars has this under its belt, and I'm also kind of annoyed that it's a Star Wars show because I think it turns a lot of people off from watching it. Crazy that it got little to no nominations at all at the Emmys. Genevieve O'Reilly should be nominated at least. Stellan Skarsgård should probably be nominated. Anyway,
If the
just
Emmys
some
were
crazy stuff.
just, the chair company would sweep.
Maybe. Anyway, Andor, very good. I recommend watching it. And then
I want
another
Tim
Star Wars
Robinson
show,
for some male and female acting roles, please.
Star Wars Visions, which is their Star Wars is kind of like anthology, one-off like animation studio show where every episode is just a short animated thing from a different animation studio. And they don't have to adhere to the canon, which means that they can actually be good. And it's a very good show. It's just a lot of little cool little fucking things. And last thing I'll mention, Dropout.tv, but probably the only streaming service this year that didn't piss me off at some point. Just a lot of great content being put out constantly for a good price, and they allow password sharing. So
You're a bit of a Tubi daddy, though.
Olivia's a Tubi daddy.
Fair enough. Are we done
Anyway, that's
with
my
your
show. Sorry I
TV?
talked about Survivor for so long. Holy fuck.
Was just trying to get my bearings there. I think I blacked out around season 49. Something.
See, I think
there.
I did too, is the issue, but we made it up.
So I guess we're on to movies now.
Yep.
Movie
This
part
is
of
just
the
the
pod.
ones of 2025, not the top 10.
Yes. The ones that came out in 2025, and then after we will do our top 10 movies of the quarter century, which would be the last 25 years. So, some movies I liked. Sinners. Thought in my opinion, people have other opinions on the movie, as I'm sure you would know, that is how opinions work.
It is.
I really love the first half. Once it goes to vampires, spoilers on the vampire stuff. Didn't love it. Well, I just wasn't sure if people knew about the vampires.
Well, I'm saying I think people generally know about the vampires.
Are we sure?
I think that's like the thing about the movie, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's not until it is, and then I'm kind of like, what the heck? Get this out of my screen, please. I wanted the two guys back. And they're both Michael B. Jordan, who should be nominated for Best Actor because he is very good at both roles. If Armie Hammer can do it, Michael B. Jordan can do it 3 times as well.
I feel like most people would agree with that, yeah.
Another movie I liked, but again, not as in on the hype for it. One Battle After Another. Saw it twice in the theater. I thought it was incredibly entertaining. I don't understand where this thing of it's the best movie of the century, it's the best movie that's ever come out, it's the greatest film of all time stuff is coming from. I think it is quite entertaining and there's some fun stuff, and that is about it. Weapons. Have you seen Weapons?
Nope.
Weapons, Zach Kreger's new movie. Honestly, I recently rewatched it. Really like it. It's fun. I love the way the story is told through the different characters' perspectives. And I think it's a good little sort of whodunit with a twist. Not really a whodunit. But this next movie is a whodunit. See how I changed volumes
good.
there. Wake Up Dead Man. You've
Yep.
seen this one.
Yep.
I like this movie a lot. At Glass Onion, I was kind of like, look, we're still in the pocket a little bit, but I'm peeking out of the top of the pocket. With this one, we're firmly back in the pocket. I think for the Rian Johnson Knives Out
actually,
mysteries.
I'm trying to like be quiet here, but because it's also on mine, so I was like, I'll wait. But I guess we
just
should
do
discuss
it
it
now.
now.
Yeah.
I mentioned to you that I think Wake Up Dead Man's my favorite Knives Out mystery, including Knives Out.
I think it's got.
It was just so much better than I thought.
Yeah,
it would be.
I think Josh O'Connor's just great.
That's the thing. I think
one of the worst SNL episodes I've ever seen, though.
Oh, good to know. Well, that's okay. So I feel like each of the Knives Out movies is carried by Benoit Blanc, whoever his like partner is in whichever movie, and then the ensemble. Like, and I feel like different versions of those are better and worse in each of the movies. I don't think that Wake Up Dead Man has the strongest ensemble out of the three. I don't think Benoit Blanc is the strongest out of the three in Wake Up Dead Man. But Josh O'Connor as the partner is like just so much more interesting and intriguing and just like engaging as a character than the other two movies by a lot.
Ana de Armas, obviously, in the first one, but that is much more of a Benoit movie.
Yeah.
And then I think is it Janelle Monáe?
It is Janelle Monáe,
kind of in the second one.
And I do really like her in that movie.
The character is just kind of not much of anything to me.
That one is also more of a Benoit Blanc movie. This one, Benoit Blanc doesn't show up till like, it feels like 40 minutes into the fucking movie.
Yeah.
It's like so Josh O'Connor, and he carries it hard. Like the other characters are great as well, but he's like, every time he's on screen, I'm like, that's when I'm thinking about how good the movie is.
Yeah. And there's some scenes where it's just like the shit that very few other actors could do. Like when he's on the phone with the lady after someone dies in her family, right?
She's just like going through a rough time.
Yeah. And he just like is talking to her, and you're like, this character is incredible.
Yeah.
I'd like us to do those on the podcast because I'd like to give it a
will.
rewatch. Wake Up Dead Man. I've only seen it the one time.
Same. And I'd love to watch Glass Onion again, because when I watched it, I liked it. Found out most people didn't care for it, and now I'm like, so on it. Thinking back on it, but I
enjoyed it. Was a little underwhelmed, and it felt like it retreaded the first one a fair amount. Wake Up Dead Man.
I actually,
completely
if I can
opposite.
throw something into the essential components of a Knives Out mystery,
Of course.
I do think setting is also very important.
Yeah.
The first one kind of happens in this mansion. Second one kind of happens on this island. Third
is
one
just a bad
happens
setting.
mostly in and around this church, or at least in this small community around this church.
Yeah.
And I also think that Wake Up Dead Man is the most interesting of those three.
Yeah, it's Wake Up Dead Man setting, then the first one, and then Glass Onion. Glass Onion setting is so uninteresting.
I think, honestly,
And kind of
that's
dumb-looking.
most... That's the thing. I think a lot... Knives Out and Wake Up Dead Man feel very stylized. Glass Onion just kind of feels like they plopped Benoit Blanc onto a fucking Epstein Island, like...
Yeah. But it's also like not...
I hope we don't...
It would be more interesting if it was more directly related, like tied into an Epstein Island kind of thing. Like not like he has to be trafficking kids, but like there's nothing really that weird going on. It's just
it truly feels like a
kind of
paradise island.
Yeah. The guy kind of sucks,
Yeah.
and that's about it. So anyway, I think we'll do them on the show. We've got a couple gaps to fill this year, so maybe we'll slip it in. Another movie that is about quite an interesting mystery. How did he leave his wife in the sewer? Friendship.
Of course. Great film.
Honestly, I really enjoyed this movie, but the thing I enjoy even more is getting the clips from the extended garage scene with Connor O'Malley
Yes.
and Tim Robinson on my
That could have
reels.
been the movie.
And he's just like, I think we should have gone back to Iraq. And it's just crazy. I love
It's
them.
just Connor O'Malley and Tim Robinson improving at each other. And it's so good. I don't know how long the whole extended scene is, but I feel like it's
17
like 10
minutes.
minutes. 17
It's
minutes,
long.
yeah.
I watched the whole thing at work, and I was trying not to laugh because that's unprofessional. You have to be depressed at work.
Yeah. Because the truth is, Friendship as a movie was like I enjoyed it, and I think we were Tim Robinson heads going into it. So obviously we liked it. It was like a little strange and not quite what I expected it to be.
It's a strange movie for sure.
Yeah. But like, and I do want to rewatch that as well, because there were a lot of moments where leaving the theater we were like this and this and this, but like now I try to recall and I'm like, I can remember a couple moments, but generally we had a great time in there.
Yeah. Eddington is one I would be interested in hearing yours, but also Olivia's opinion on, because it is kind of an enigma. Not enigma might be the wrong word, but I think about it and I'm like, what the fuck's going on with this movie? Fair amount of people liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I came out of it
I remember it being divisive.
Yeah, I came out of it a little lower, but I do like Ari Aster. And I don't know. I probably got to watch it again because there's a lot of stuff going on in it. But there's also part of it where it's like it's kind of a COVID movie.
Yeah.
And I don't love COVID. I wasn't too into that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I am
next-
a little surprised how quickly COVID related movies and shows started being made. But
And how quickly people show that they didn't like it, really.
yeah.
Like, no one is really
well, that's the
interested in
thing. I think
anything
it's a
about
little
that
too
time.
soon. But that's the thing. I think if like nothing was really made and then someone came out with a COVID-19 era related movie in like 2030, people would be like, "Oh, this is kind of interesting."
Yeah.
But like, I feel like there's just been there. It's not interesting that a COVID movie's being made because there's been so much COVID related shit that's come out.
And it's
And
also
it's
trying to do
so
a
soon.
lot. Eddington is trying to do a lot. There's a lot of like stuff about alt-right indoctrination. There's some stuff about like data centers and local governments selling people out and like
Yeah.
who are actually our heroes. Like the people who seem like the good guys are actually the people who will kind of fuck you in the end and are the people who are like kind of crazy. Alt-right, do they have like a point if you go deeper into it?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of a knot that you have to try and untie. And maybe one day I will untie it, but that day is not today.
And kind of on that note, could you go grab whatever that guy is off that shelf so I can see him more up close?
Yeah, of course. Let's go.
Sorry, listeners. I've just been looking at this guy in the background and I can't. I'm trying to visualize what he looks like closer. And okay.
So this is Guelch.
This is Guelch. Okay. See, I didn't see the
Christmas bunny.
Oh, that makes sense that I didn't see the ear because the one is tucked in.
He has a bell. He has this sign that says nothing on it.
Okay.
And a little
So
snowman.
the reason I was concerned was because I thought that the
snowman.
nose. Yeah, I thought that the nose was the mouth, and that it was just a man with little eyes and a mouth on his chin.
No.
Kind of
it's
situation.
have you heard of a cartoon before?
Yep. Yeah.
It's a
So I
little
just couldn't tell.
cartoon-esque.
I also almost mentioned at the beginning of the pod that I thought it was a Bowser plushie
Welch
from
on the
Mario,
ground there.
but that's not true.
I don't buy plushies from Japan. Another movie that's just another weird one to me, but had a couple performances I really liked was Begonia.
Mm-hmm.
Was really into Jesse Plemons and his partner, and also Stavros in this movie.
Yep.
Stavros Halkias, obviously. There's no other Stavros that I would be referring to And if there is another one, I will use their last name, but I will not use his beyond this point. So make a note of that if you are a listener and plan, or if you plan to be a listener going towards the time that is past now, aka the future. Interesting movie. Ending that I will not talk about, but that I liked. A movie where there's a lot of swings, and it's just something that I find enjoyable, is to see something and I go in and I'm like, what the hell am I going to see here? And that was one of these movies. A little bit the same as, not Pretty Woman, but what's the movie that he made before?
Poor Things.
Yeah. Similar.
I think there was one in between those two, but they've been bumping
Kinds
them
of
out.
Kindness, but it was more of a like anthology thing.
Oh yeah.
And then my last one, I just saw this today, and it got my blood pumping in a way no other movie has this year. Made me literally almost cheer in my seat.
That's crazy.
And has like some of the most riveting sequences of a movie I've seen this year. Marty Supreme. My God. This is like one of the best movies I've seen in a long time. In terms of that, it just kind of hits me. The table tennis sequences in this are some of the best action sort of sequences I've seen in a movie. And honestly might be some of the best sports, playing the sport in a sport movie scenes.
Would you
in
consider it a
very long
sport
time.
movie?
Oh, yeah.
Would you say it's the best sports movie you've ever seen?
I can't say that because I haven't done
I've
the
only
list.
seen it once. Yeah, that's fair. And you
but-
love Moneyball.
I do. Moneyball's a little different. Like it's not technically a biopic, though it's kind of based on a real guy. But like this is more in the vein of like Hurricane, Ali, like closer to that, whereas Moneyball is something else. Like this is more about like the greatness of a sports figure, whereas like some other sports movies aren't quite that, or like are more team based.
Sure.
But of the sports movies focused on a specific person, it is one of the best ones that I've seen in a very long time. Maybe we'll do some sort of sports movie, mix them up, grab
even if it was like
thing.
Even if it was like we each choose 2 sports movies or something and just did a little sports bit.
But this thing fucking, if there was a movie of this list that I'd be like, you should go watch this, it's Marty Supreme.
Wow. Okay. I almost saw it with my brother before he got on a plane to go back to Alberta. He had to catch a flight at I think 6 p.m. and he wanted to get a 3:30 showing of Marty Supreme in before.
It's 2.5 hours.
Yeah, and we had to be talked out of it. So I didn't see it.
Who does the talking out?
It was mostly my parents were like, "You're absolutely not doing that."
Wait, he had to be on the plane at 6.
Or like
his boarding
his boarding time was like 6:20 or something.
Oh, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my entire life. He would be leaving the theater as the plane was boarding.
Yeah, so we're trying to time it out.
I guess you were gonna be close,
Yeah.
Go to that famous theater that's right near the airport.
Well, to be fair, I don't want to give I don't want to give away too much information about where I live. Actually,
can you tell me your address?
You know my address. Although every time you come over, I think you go, "What's your address again?"
Well, because the number's fucked up. It's like 10,012 or something.
Not true at all.
Oh, so now your number's lower than that. Everyone,
I'm fine with
note.
people not knowing that it's. Anyway, is it
But
me
yeah,
now?
Marty Supreme is incredible, and now it is Adam's turn.
I do want to watch it. That and One Battle After Another. I want to make sure that I see before.
I will say I did leave off Fire and Ash, intentional.
Okay, well, I put it on here, so we'll talk about it. First, I want to briefly touch on K-pop Demon Hunters. I watched it many times. It was a big movie for me this year.
Tell me something I don't know.
If you want to hear us talk about it, listen to the episode. that we did on it. Avatar. Also not going to touch on this too much because we literally just did 3 episodes in a row about the Avatar movies. But I mostly put this on here because not because Avatar Fire and Ash came out this year and we watched it, but just because Avatar generally had a big year for me, where previously I did not like Avatar. Then I was in a point where I was like, I liked Avatar, The Way of Water, but still generally don't like Avatar.
You were kind of drinking the haterade.
For a bit, but like after Way of Water, I was like, I understand now. But I was still kind of like the first one stinks a little bit. And then this year for the pod, I rewatched the first 2 and then watched the third. And kind of, even though the third was a bit of a low light for me, I do kind of want to see it again once it's viewable in my home, just to see how I feel about it. Excuse me, sorry. That was fucking ridiculous. Despite that, Avatar became something that I'm a fan of this year because I think the first 2 are very, very good.
You've been practicing your Na'vi. Give me a little bit.
Ewa.
You don't.
No. Okay. Next, I do actually briefly want to talk about the Minecraft movie, not because it was incredible, but just because it was crazy. Culturally, what a wacky moment with Chicken Jockey, Steve's Lava Chicken,
Chicken Jockey,
just what a crazy
Adam
moment.
Cook.
And from a personal standpoint, Olivia and I saw it for the first time, baked out of our minds in IMAX 3D. And it was just no.
Oh, no, you had seen
that
it
was the
already.
second time. Yeah, and it was just the wildest thing I've ever experienced. It was kind of before the huge Chicken Jockey craze took off because I think it was literally like opening weekend we saw it. So there were a few kids just saying the things in the theater, so we got a taste. And then by the time we saw it together, it was crazy. But yeah, just an absolutely insane experience.
I still find it wild they had to have the manager come in and be like, "You can clap and cheer,
please
but
do
don't
not
throw
jump.
your popcorn.
Do not throw your popcorn or jump from the aisles."
And then then there was a kid in there that would going,
yeah. There's someone there who should have been home with some soup. Is what I'll say.
The fucking machine gun cost got me every time.
Yeah. But just generally crazy. It was like, I don't think it's a good movie. It was way more enjoyable than I thought it would be because it was still aimed at kids, but it was like kind of this weird self-aware where I felt like adults could enjoy watching it because of how fucking absurd it was. Like when Steve, when Jack Black and Jason Momoa are 69ing in the air so they can fit through a hole in a wall, and they're talking about holding each other tighter and closer. It's like, what is happening? Like, I got to give some credit to the movie. I enjoyed myself.
Yeah, it had a similar feeling to me as the Mario one, where I was like, oh, they kind of know this is stupid.
Except the Mario one, I feel like, was a lot more like, we're making a Mario movie. The Minecraft movie felt like we're making a stupid movie in Minecraft, if that makes sense. Anyway.
I think it's just because the Minecraft movie was worse.
Interesting. I would not say the Minecraft movie was worse.
None of it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
sorry, I shouldn't say worse. It might be worse, but it's more enjoyable.
When they do Minecraft 2, we'll do Minecraft 1.
I thought Minecraft was a
2,
more
Enter the
interesting
Dungeon.
movie than the Super Mario movie.
I mean, it's more interesting, but it doesn't mean it's better.
Well, I'd rather watch a Minecraft movie than Super Mario, but
you're so lucky I didn't say what I was just thinking of saying.
That's fine. Speaking of IMAX, I also saw Princess Mononoke in IMAX this year, and it was easily... It wasn't my favorite theater experience I've had because I've had some good ones, but it was easily like the best theater experience I'd ever had. It was just like it was a beautiful, like huge IMAX screen. It was the most crisp and beautiful I've ever seen a film in. And that movie is also just so incredible. I wanted to go back, and because they did like a re-release in IMAX, I wanted to go watch it in IMAX 500 times, but it was such a limited release that I only saw it the once. But like, if I could recreate and re-experience a theater viewing again, it would be Princess Mononoke in IMAX. It was genuinely incredible. Next, Wake Up Dead Man. We talked about it. Very good. I loved it. I honestly am kind of in the camp. I am also just kind of in the camp that this is probably a hot take, but I wouldn't be upset if Josh O'Connor got a little bit of awards nods.
He won't. People don't like the movie enough.
I know. He won't. And then lastly, can't believe I get to include this in the 2025 wrap-up, but I went back on my Letterboxd and I did watch it in 2025, not in 2024, despite it being released in 2024, and that is Conclave. Holy fuck, that's a good movie, man.
You like it when the Pope vapes?
Yeah. It's such a good movie. I think that for a while was the movie I thought about the most and was the most like riveting movie I'd watched in a long time. I also just think Ralph Fiennes is like one of the best actors that's of my lifetime. So Conclave's so good. I didn't think I'd like the Pope movie, but it's so good. It's not about the Pope, it's about the choosing of the Pope, but then there's a conspiracy, and it's just so good. Have you seen it?
Have you heard of Voldemort? No, I have not seen Conclave.
You should definitely watch Conclave.
Yeah,
I also think Hillary might like it as
well. Me on the streets and shit. She's not too into the Pope.
Anyway, that's it for movies.
Did I tell you I went to Christmas Mass? We didn't talk about this on here.
You mentioned to me that you were going to Christmas Mass.
I went, and the guy there referenced Pope Francis's tweets in his, I guess, sermon. And I was like, brother, just say he made a statement. Don't say Pope Francis tweeted. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, you're right.
And then there was something else funny that happened. They had an old altar boy.
They had an old altar boy.
My guy at the front he had a little like travel mug of coffee, and he like said something, and then he sat down, and then went and slurped it down, and I giggled, and he was like, "You can't do that." I was like, "What the fuck are they gonna do to me?" And honestly, probably a lot.
You whispered to him, "You can't do that."
I whispered to him. So, is that all your movies?
Yep.
All right. So I have one other thing that was big for me this year.
Okay.
And that's loose-fitting pants. I've really gotten into this.
Dude.
You too, I know.
Although mine required a little bit of encouragement from my partner, where I've kind of just always naturally just been in, not the skinny jeans, but the slim fit or straight fit, just like generally
tight on the ass, loose on the calves.
And then once in a while, Olivia would be like, "Wear my pants," and I'd be like, "Dang, these are comfy." And she'd be like, "Yeah, and you
wear
look
each other's
good
pants?"
in them. Dude, we're the same pant size, so we just wear each other's pants all the time. It's so nice, dude. I even pitched. And we're probably going to do it. We just haven't committed to doing it yet. I've pitched that we organize our clothes not by whose clothes they are, but just by type of clothing. And then you just go to your clothes in the...
I can't even fit my arm down Hillary's pants legs.
Yeah.
I get stuck. It's like a Chinese finger trap, but it's for my entire arm.
She is also Lil, and you are also Shaq. So, like, it makes sense that you guys might not fit into each other's clothes.
Yeah. So anyway, loose-fitting pants has been big for me this year.
Loose-fitting pants all the way.
Really loving the cargo pants. I just love having some extra pockets.
Pockets are good. I was big on the cargo shorts for a while, and I was embarrassed about it. But I was like, "But the pocket though."
Who fucking cares, man? What the
Who fucking cares?
Let's get crazy in this mother effer.
Wow, what a bunch of crazy little things we just talked about. What the heck is that? Adam, loose-fitting pants on a rump like yours? You can't find pants loose enough with that thick of a fucking ass. Anyway, I hope you like our bonus episode coming out soon of our top 10 movies of the quarter century. Adam, anything to say? And that's all for this episode.
Whoa.
We'll see you in that bonus episode. And then next week in the episode that comes out after that, we will see what that is. And then we will see maybe what is after that. And then something will happen. Thank you very much.